What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the EGF 2021 Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Grand Finals. I am Succulents, joined by Soy, and it is our absolute pleasure to bring you this final game between DePaul University and Mississippi State.
Oh, and what a match it's going to be. I mean, these were two of the most dominant teams throughout the regular season, each with only one loss, and they tore through this playoff bracket. It is a well-deserved placement in Grand Finals, and I cannot wait to get this match started.
Yeah, no, I am over the moon excited. I know that all 10 of these players are going to be bringing their absolute best. We have both seen it firsthand, time and time again. DePaul, Mississippi State University, they have rolled through opposing teams, and now jumping into this, starting off strong to be the captain of each team respectively. We've got Matt Beach up against Connor Sanders, Mega Man versus Yoshi. It looks like our first map of the day. Is it Pokemon Stadium 2? Only time will tell. It certainly is not this time.
Yes, starting off on Town and City, and Matt Beach on his classic Mega Man, Connor Sanders on that Yoshi. We usually see Connor Sanders towards the middle of the bunch of the roster of Mississippi State, but this is kind of an interesting matchup. Two characters that we don't typically see a lot of.
Yeah, Yoshi, definitely I feel a lot stronger than people often kind of give him credit for, but Matt Beach, very familiar with the matchup. I think we've seen this exact matchup between the two of them before, and if I do recall correctly, Matt Beach did come out on top, but that also feels like a very, very long time ago. Now it looks like Connor Sanders already up to 60, Matt Beach hardly at 6, playing that slow and sure projectile game. Yoshi with a couple projectiles of his own, but a very close quarters fighter, all things considered.
Ooh, Connor Sanders He wanted a follow-up there, but just couldn't quite find it. And that's kind of going to be the key here. Matt Beach can do a very good job of keeping his own distance, but when Connor Sanders gets in, you can see how much percentage he can do.
Yeah, I mean, I want to point out that nearly 10 seconds, 6% all the way to 104. So Connor Sanders, I mean, really not necessarily a combo, so to speak, but found the necessary damage that he really needed there. Now still sitting at 60%. Matt Beach hasn't hit a shot in a little while here. Definitely playing a little bit patient, perhaps a little too patient. Grabbing the back throw, gets them off stage, going to play it slow. And Matt Beach already relying on that shield quite a bit.
Yeah, already, and he's got to be careful too because Yoshi has the ability to break that shield, and you can tell they're just searching for a couple of these follow-ups. They aren't quite there yet.
Yeah, no, the follow-ups definitely are lacking a little bit on both sides, I think. Matt Beach up to 140, that full range Mega Man, that mild range coming out from Connor Sanders on the Yoshi as well. Both of them getting danger close to that kill percent. Yoshi a little bit lighter than Mega Man. The proof almost in the pudding. Yoshi does get to live just a little bit here, and now it looks like we've got more aggression coming out on both sides here as they're desperate to find this first kill.
Great DI, and that was a huge trade too because it looked like Matt Beach might have had another solid back air, but the trade actually knocked Mega Man down, and there's the solid hit of back air to take the first stock off the board.
Yeah, Matt Beach so close to finding that stock so many times, but it's going to be Connor Sanders, like you said. You're going to be able to find it with that hit off stage, and platforms now, I feel like give Connor Sanders a little bit more reliability here. He can jump around Matt Beach. There's a couple more ways to approach, but of course, as I say, they disappear, as does Connor Sanders' first stock.
Yeah, great job by Matt Beach, just kind of forcing Connor Sanders to the corner, limiting his options, and finally catching out that jump. And that's something that both of these players do really well, catching out defensive jumps.
Absolutely.
But the problem is, they really haven't been able to follow them up cleanly this round.
Yeah, as stupid as it sounds, when they're both good at it, it's almost like nobody is because they hardly get value because the exact same thing happens to them nearly exactly afterward. Now 67% versus 13. Connor Sanders was getting their butt kicked a little bit toward the beginning, but since they started that 100% combo, they've really started to take the lead here against Matt Beach.
It's surprising, too, because you don't think of Yoshi as one of the heavier hitting characters in this game, but you can tell by the percent that he's racking up. I mean, he absolutely can hit like a truck at times.
Oh, absolutely. Yoshi, especially with that forward air, is definitely able to deal a lot of damage. We know his down air is hyper aggressive as well, and it's definitely some moves that we see. A lot of Yoshi's utilized to open up combos. We've seen that happen a couple of times from Connor Sanders to Matt Beach. And speaking of Matt Beach, going to be using that blade stroke into that fantastic up air. It's going to use that forward smash as well. Just desperate to find these moves.
Just so many projectiles for Connor Sanders to deal with. And he knows, too, he's got Matt Beach at roughly kill percent. He's just got to find a strong hitbox, and they are going to send him off stage, but Matt Beach quickly to get back on.
Yeah, Matt Beach able to get back up. He's almost ready to find a couple of hits. Only a few strong hits away from putting Connor Sanders at a timed percent, but this Yoshi just not letting up on the aggression so far, not really giving Matt Beach time to think. He's been relying a lot on these blades. We saw the Leaf Storm come through a couple of times, and then after that, he's kind of given up on it, relying more on his consistent and faster projectiles.
And we saw Connor Sanders too go for a run up smash a couple of times, and he's just barely spaces away from landing it. That back air strong, but not going to do it quite yet. Matt Beach survives.
Yeah, strong, but not quite strong enough. Now the forward air from Matt Beach really starting to rack up the damage. We saw him get a little bit nervous there. Respect the possible back air option coming out from Connor Sanders, but the forward air from Matt Beach still cannot find it. That is like the third or fourth time forward air has almost killed, but not quite. And a great dodge of the forward smash as well from Connor Sanders, who they pick up this second stock here first. Oh, the air dodge, however, just barely able to get Matt Beach back on platform.
Oh, and there's going to be the stock from Connor Sanders. That was just a great chase down. Matt Beach got caught in the air, used all his offensive options, and then Connor Sanders found the very last one. So solid stuff to him. But again, at 150, 149%, there's the stock going away. Solid hit of forward air, tie game.
Yeah, those first two stocks for both of them hardly matter. We are all the way down to that one stock matchup. Matt Beach able to find a little bit of damage. Connor Sanders a little bit of his own. No matter how this ends, this is going to be a very low-scoring round for either of these players, only netting their team 1 point so far.
And a big one at that, too. We talked about momentum throughout a set many a time, and to get off to an early start would be a massive sign for both of these teams, as Connor Sanders off to an early percent lead once again here on this last stock.
Absolutely. Connor Sanders able to get just that 14%, or excuse me, that 12% lead coming through. Now only put up to no percent lead as Matt Beach, the down air, does not find the sweet spot and throws Connor Sanders off to the side rather than straight down, but it still finds the kill. Matt Beach able to secure that first one stock victory for DePaul.
My jaw dropped. That was such a good edge guard by Matt Beach. So he misspaced the spike hitbox of that down air, but it didn't matter because it sent him outward and off stage, and the back air actually clips the jump from Connor Sanders. There's the jump, and it's a falling back air, so the last hitbox actually drags him downwards and kills the momentum of that jump. There's no armor there to help Connor Sanders get back to stage, so Matt Beach is able to seal that stock away.
Absolutely. That was lucky when I even said it. I didn't even think that was going to kill. I was so sure. I said, oh, it misses that sweet spot. Connor Sanders, he's got the time to return. And Matt Beach, like you said, just phenomenal guarding there off ledge, making sure Connor had no approach options. Right here, I thought, okay, that missed the sweet spot. Plenty of time to come back from things. But unfortunately, Connor Sanders did not have the recoveries on hand like I thought he did.
On those multi-hit aerials, you can kind of... Yeah, you can drag down some opponents, and right there, it's typically used on stage to lead to a tech chase scenario, but right there, that last little hitbox drags him downwards, and instead, because it's during his jump, it just spikes him, and Yoshi, one of those recoveries that's a little more susceptible because that up B doesn't really carry you anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. So like right there, I was like, boom. Okay, he's dead. Immediate death. He's got the egg, and I was like, okay, that's not gonna change anything. That's not gonna fix it. I think just to flex this new thing we have, I thought Connor Sanders going 100% this way. I thought he was dead, but instead, my man, he goes flying out this way, and I was like, oh no, this is gonna be a disaster for Matt Beach. If we see him get back on platform, back on stage, we've seen how fast Connor Sanders can rack up this damage, but instead, just great offstage gameplay coming out from Matt Beach there to secure DePaul 1 whopping point on the board.
Yeah, and again, to for the last time cover how the point spread works here, you basically get a point for every stock remaining at the end of the match, and you get a bonus 2 points for winning your 1v1 set. So game number 1 off the board, 1 point in favor of DePaul because it was a 1 stock victory. If DePaul wins this next one, they get a bonus 2 points for winning their set, plus however many stocks they have remaining. And we talked about it before. It is hard to make a comeback in this type of format. To take this first set would be a ton of momentum for either team. And it feels like for DePaul, this is a good early start for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt Beach is one of those stronger fighters. And I talked about this, before the break. I've seen DePaul play what feels like 100 times their team that I've cast very consistently. And Matt Beach, if he doesn't start at the beginning, he starts at the end. So to see him coming out kind of as this, almost the anti-anchor, coming out as that strong fighter at the beginning, it shows DePaul that they've got confidence in the depth of their roster.
Yeah, both of these teams do. And Connor Sanders, I mean, we usually see him in the middle of the lineup. So to go against Matt Beach early, that is an interesting, choice of who to send in first. But either way, here on Kalos, kind of an even game. Once again, I think Connor Sanders picked this stage, and I think he does it just for those platforms in particular. He can spend so much time on those platforms, kind of pick and choose when he wants to go in.
Yeah, I mean, it could also be as simple as you lost off stage last time. Make sure that can't happen this time. The platforms, they're in the way, and now Matt Beach he's not going to be able to find those offstage combos as easily as he wants. He's going to have to throw Connor a lot lower beneath the stage. Connor Sanders already taking a little bit of advantage of the stage in the way that it's built, forcing Matt Beach to play that mid-stage game, which we saw a little bit on around town and city, but Matt Beach was really relying on those ledges, trying to find those down airs and forward smashes off stage. Now it's going to be him desperate to find these kills center stage, misses that down air once again, hungry for one of those though.
Does find that one in neutral, does get the grab as well. And I was going to say, Connor Sanders is just barely off on his follow-ups. He'll win one in neutral interaction, but he can't quite find the follow-up to it there. Finds that up air, but can't find the forward air afterwards, and it's allowing Matt Beach second chances.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt Beach has gotten a lot of second opportunities, and he's honestly made a couple of plays that Connor has not punished, and it has constantly surprised me. Matt Beach falling a little bit into those consistencies, always going for the down air, the shield poke there from that Yoshi down B is going to be able to get things lined up, knock Matt Beach out of shield off stage, and now again he goes for that down air, just trying to catch Connor Sanders off guard, trying to play 2 or 3 steps ahead, but just can't quite find that lineup yet.
Ooh, dash up smash. We saw Connor Sanders, multiple times in game 1 went for that, finally getting the spacing down on it and catches Matt Beach.
Absolutely. This is kind of what we expect. We talked about Connor Sanders went for that dash and up smash so many times. Didn't work, but the one time it did, you'd think just keep going for it. Matt Beach has not really been ready for it pretty consistently, and proof in the pudding right there. Now Matt Beach might be able to turn this around pretty consistently, but is not able to find that kill quite yet. Does not even get close to the sweet spot on that up air. And now Connor Sanders, full rage Yoshi, just dancing around at 150.
Yeah, and this is big for Connor Sanders. Any percent that he gets could be massive here. We talked about extra credit in the past, but there we go. Back air once again, sealing away that stock.
Yeah, the back are going to be able to find it, and Matt Beach has been in this deficit before. We've seen him already turn things around a couple of times there. This is exactly what it looked like in that last game. He was looking a little bit rough on that second stock, gets it tied up down to that third and final stock, and then all of a sudden things flipped in favor of Matt Beach. Now it looks like it's already going to be tied up once again, only less than a 1% differential between the two of them. Connor Sanders really relying on that aerial gameplay, constantly trying to stay above Matt Beach.
Yeah, it's a lot harder for Matt Beach to kind of track down Yoshi while he's in the air, especially because he has that armor on his jump. The problem is, again, Matt Beach can just kind of keep his space. Look at all the projectiles that Connor Sanders has to deal with.
Yeah, the projectiles definitely going to be a huge issue. I talked about that right at the very start. As Yoshi, he's kind of that close quarters fighter. So if Matt Beach relies a little bit more on those projectiles and on that face forward aggression, then it's going to be easy to get kind of Connor Sanders stuck in a difficult place. You don't really need to push into this Yoshi because he's never going to be able to push into you.
Matt Beach has done such a good job, too, of tracking down where Connor Sanders wants to be, how he wants to approach. It's a very defensive play style, and it's just so hard to break through this wall.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely difficult to break through this wall of projectiles, and Connor Sanders relying a lot more on these down airs. I've said it already, but it is just coming out so much more here in game 2 between the two of them, or round 2 rather, 101 to 91. These second stocks getting again into those high percentages. I'm not sure any stock has been ended below 100% yet.
Well, until that forward smash, maybe. Connor Sanders finally catching out Matt Beach, and Connor Sanders with the lead here once again on his, or putting Matt Beach on his last stock. And look at the follow-ups too from Connor Sanders, a quick 51.
Yeah, very impressive follow-up. They're going to get Matt Beach 50% into that final stock, and what a great forward smash afterward, knocking him up to 72%, 72 to 106 here. Connor Sanders getting high on that second stock, but Matt Beach just cannot find that elimination.
And this is going to be the problem too. Matt Beach has to find a way to take these stocks because Yoshi, as we said, can really hit heavy at times. He's got Yoshi trapped at ledge. Can't find him.
Yeah, I mean, not only can Yoshi hit hard, but at full rage as well. He's going to be hitting even harder. The flame blade does come out there, and it looks like Connor Sanders just barely able to make it back up on the platform. The forward smash is going to miss there, and now it looks like Connor just desperate to find this kill. He wants to get this 2-stock win.
It would be a lot of points in favor of Mississippi State. Remember, any points, the way these two have played in the past, just it has been so close. Every single stock is going to matter. That down B not going to get the strong hitbox of it, and Matt Beach survives.
Yeah, Matt Beach going to live at least a little bit longer here. We are 5 minutes into this, only 1:45 left on the clock here, and this, realistically, if these two keep fishing each other like this could go into the forced overtime, and then it goes off of who has higher stocks or percentages. And now Matt Beach desperate to find this kill. He wants to make it as small a win as possible, but Connor Sanders only a couple of hits away from taking the win here. That's it. Only 1 hit away from taking the win here.
Oh, Connor Sanders did a fantastic job throughout that match of just slowly, going through the defensive options of Matt Beach. It was so difficult for him to get in the first place, right. But you could tell when he finally got that stock, that forward smash to take that second stock away, and he put Matt Beach on on attack, it forced Matt Beach to approach. And Yoshi playing a more defensive playstyle, it is so hard to break into that, armor. And finally, he catches Matt Beach in the air. That up air is so strong, but he really hadn't been able to find it because Matt Beach had played such a grounded playstyle.
And we see for literally like maybe 1 or 2 frames there, Matt Beach went for the down air. He was trying to catch Connor Sanders on the way up, but he's just caught way too quickly. And that's exactly what kind of the issue was. Connor Sanders was fast enough. Matt Beach did not have that time to respond. Mega Man, he's a heavy hitter, but he's a slow guy. You can see right here. There's the down air. Not fast enough. Connor Sanders able to make his way up, right up with that up air. And then that was all she wrote there. Connor Sanders able to find that third and final stock on a Matt Beach with the JV2. Or no, I think he takes like 2%, right? Like the down air did barely connect. I'm not mistaken. Oh no, yeah, there it is. It was okay. It was a bomb.
It was the side B. Yeah.
Yeah, Connor takes 2% damage there.
But either way, I mean, solid stuff to both of these players to bring it down to that last stock. And Matt Beach finding that second stock onto Connor Sanders means everything in terms of points, right? Now It's back to a tied up match. And now the winner of this third game gets those extra set bonus points.
Yeah, absolutely. I say this a lot more during Rocket League than I do during Smash, but a 1-1 in this scenario, that's just a complicated 0-0. Somebody's got to get more points here. One of these players has to walk away with this victory. And even a reminder, folks, even one stock secures a victory here. And I know there was a little bit of confusion. I got a DM asking me to re-explain the point system and kind of what it means. So it is there. You get the amount of points for the amount of stocks you have. So Connor Sanders had 1 stock there. He gets 1 point. But if he wins the next set, if he has 2 stocks, he'll get an additional 2 points. But then you get a guaranteed 2 points for winning the set. So it's the amount of stocks you had in total plus 2, and then your team gets that many points. It's a little bit confusing, but the more we get into this, the easier it gets to understand. So bear with us. It really does make a lot of sense, we promise. It is a modified crew battle setting.
Yeah, and we will always play out all 5 sets regardless of the math. So no need to worry about cutting this match short. There's no way, though. I mean, these two teams have been so back and forth. I mean, we talked about it before. These two teams have played in the past. Mississippi State's one loss in the regular season was to DePaul, and I believe that final score was 16-12. But that was way back in week number 5, or 16-10.
12. Okay,
16-10.
That's a little bit better. Okay.
But still, I mean, that is so close. That is, essentially a set's worth of points away from being, a tie game. So every single set matters. Every single stock matters. And there is a lot of emphasis on this third game.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, this is really going to set that early precedent coming out here for one of these teams. They're going to have that lead, and it won't be a huge one, unless it's a 3 stock, which between these 2 players is something I do not think we are going to see happen very soon. So now it's going to be some great value coming out for either team that takes a victory. Matt Beach already trying to farm some damage, misses that down air again with the lemon, did find itself in before Yoshi was able to wrap himself up in that egg. It's all going to be about that slow burn gameplay from Mega Man, but Connor Sanders, he wants to get up close and personal and deal as much damage as possible.
Oh, good reset there on the jab. Does he find a way back to stage? That side B actually kind of interrupted the combo Matt Beach might have had. And for it, he's at a disadvantage now. Oh no, he got the down B. Okay, now he's hunting. He nearly got the shield break. That back air nearly connected, but instead he got the drag down.
Yeah, this dinosaur listening to his primal instinct and hunting for this kill here, trying to find Matt Beach very early on. Down in City, definitely first time around worked out a little bit more in favor of Matt Beach. Of course, he had that 1 stock victory, but we also did not see Connor Sanders coming in this aggressive. He has been up close and personal for a majority of this fight so far. Oh! No,
that's going to be the stock.
Yep. That was free. He missed the shot. That was the delay there. That was just so much time to punish for Connor Sanders.
And I like the idea by Matt Beach to go for that up tilt. The problem is you both had been dancing around each other's shield for so long. You knew it was going to come out. And that up tilt is so committal that if it doesn't land, it is an easy punish.
Absolutely, and the punish came through in fruition there. Connor already has Matt Beach up to 41. Was 1 neutral B away from ending that stack. That could have been a 0 to death right before our eyes, but now Matt Beach was able to make his way back up. And right now, it really seems like Matt Beach is struggling to just get through this shield. That's what he really needs to focus on.
Yeah, Connor Sanders is doing a fantastic job of, he will take a couple of chip damage from all these projectiles, but at the end of the day, Matt Beach has to land a strong hit in order to get the kill, and he does find it in that forward air.
Yeah, he's able to find him with that forward air. Now he's still at a 70% deficit. This is a tough hill to climb. It's absolutely possible with a player like Mega Man, with a player like Matt Beach, but this is going to be a difficult thing to do.
And Connor Sanders is starting to catch on to a lot of these defensive options too. Just soft hits of Nair, things like that. He's trying to find the follow-ups on, and he's getting closer and closer to it.
Yeah, getting closer and closer moving forward. Connor Sanders looking for these kill confirms. Going to throw his head face first into Matt Beach. He's probably going to look for a down air, but instead chooses the back air, able to avoid that down B. Now it's going to be that hyper aggression coming through from Connor Sanders. 112 again. Matt Beach really relying on these down airs. Connor Sanders hasn't been hit by one in a while.
Good back air. Does he find a way back to stage? A couple of high recoveries in a row from Matt Beach, and Connor Sanders was starting to catch on, but he started to back off. I think he was expecting a mix-up either way. Connor Sanders back into neutral. He's got to find a way to clean up this stock.
Absolutely, he's got to clean up this stock quickly. Matt Beach, credit where credit is due. He's really been able to farm a lot of damage onto Connor, but we've seen this before. He gets the damage, fails with the kill confirms. That's really what he needs to look like. That's really what he needs to look into here to find the value. But now 80 to 128%. Matt Beach is just one, even mediocre hit away from losing the stock, and there it is.
Solid cleanup there from Connor Sanders. Gets Matt Beach off stage, knows that recovery's a little susceptible, and finds that strong hit in there. I'm not even sure he meant to, go for a kill there, but either way, just send him off stage, and it does find a way to secure the stock. So Matt Beach on his last stock of the tournament.
Yeah, Matt Beach on his tournament life here. This is going to be super important for him to turn this around. Even that one stock could be huge here for DePaul, but this is a tough hill to climb. A player as aggressive as Connor Sanders is really going to be difficult to kill twice.
Good follow-up on the razor leaf. Oh no, this could be a lot of damage. Great catch by Connor Sanders. Look at all the pressure he's applied.
Absolutely, the pressure coming out is making it so difficult for Matt Beach to do really much of anything other than kind of tuck tail and run. Misses the down B, the forward smash is not going to be able to find the kill that he wanted to. That's going to be the damage. Matt Beach already up to 50, just struggling so desperately to find this kill onto Connor.
Oh, jab reset. Oh, the second jab. That might have actually been the stock. An opportunity missed, and Matt Beach a second chance at life.
Absolutely, and Matt Beach, honestly, if you are kind of stuck in this scenario, die for the cause. Get rid of that second stock. Make this as few points as possible. The least amount of points you can earn is 4 in total, and if Matt Beach finds this stock, he can make sure Connor does just that, but no! The forehead from Yoshi takes Matt Beach out, and Connor Sanders, that's not 1, but 2 points for Mississippi.
I'm shocked, too, because, Matt Beach, and I think I know what the big issue was for Matt Beach here is that Matt Beach finds a lot of utility out of his forward air and back air, and because Connor Sanders has that armor and was just so hard to catch, he could never really land the strong hits of those moves. You saw when he did, he was able to find stocks and get a lot of damage, but it was just so difficult for him to manage that space, and there, a whiffed grab punished by the forward smash just covers so much space. Well done by Connor Sanders.
Absolutely well done by Connor Sanders indeed, and way to set an early precedent. Folks, you can see how quickly that score jumps up, right? So 1-1 turns into 5-1. Mississippi State, Connor Sanders wins that with 2 stocks that nets him an additional 2 points, and then he gets 2 points for winning the series there. So it's going to be that 5-1 moving forward. DePaul, they're suddenly at that deficit, and I do not have the next players confirmed, but I'm very excited to see who they are because this is just the start of what is destined to be a phenomenal series.